Hey guys, Tanna here with another SINoALICE video. Tomorrow, we are gonna have a new banner, which is the Little Mermaid Minstrel banner, which of course comes with its own SR weapon and also SR Nightmare. Okay, tap to start. Okay, actually by the time you're watching this, probably, just a couple of hours before the banner actually goes live. Also, a new story will be releasing together with this banner. So it means a lot of new content right here in Global. Not that I actually did much of the story since most of my AP actually went to Guerrilla events the past week. And hopefully you did too. Okay, so we're gonna have a maintenance really soon. It's at 2 PM. Probably local time, 2 PM, when I'm gonna be sleeping as well. It's actually 7 AM right now in Singapore. I'm recording this. I can actually sleep right now, but I gotta do this before I sleep. Okay, so let's go. So let's get on with today's video, which is should you pull for this banner? Okay, in summary, you're gonna put in bullet point on the left. On the left. Okay, actually this is my right, but on your left. Number 1, pull if you main Minstrel. This Near Automata banner is mostly for DPS, and the Near Replicant banner is almost a month away, around 3 weeks actually. Second is if you are support and in need of more support weapons to boost your power. If you have not pulled on any banner so far, most likely you are still in need of power, so you might actually want to consider this. And finally, lastly, even though I don't really advise this, but even if you are DPS but really like the mermaid as your waifu and so much that you can't wait, then go for it, guys. Waifu over everything else. Okay, on the contrary, don't pull if you are a DPS or Vanguard. Okay, since Near event is round the corner actually in 3 days time, and you have no business spending resources to get an instrument just to put in your sub gear. Okay, even though there's actually a SR weapon in this banner, but okay, I'm gonna go into that later. Okay, so from what I heard so far, it's actually more efficient to pull for good weapons. I actually explained in my previous video. Please go watch that. Instead of just jobs, since non-limited jobs will just keep coming back. So of course, we're gonna be looking at details on the banner later. For the job, for the weapons, and the nightmare. Please note that non-limited weapons do come back. That's why they are non-limited. Which is why players prefer to hoard a lot and then pull on limited collaboration banners to get those stuff that will never come back. Or at least in a really long time. So it's not always in the pool. So you get what I mean? And those banners usually include non-limited banner stuff like this Little Mermaid Minstrel. Okay, not this one, this is a breaker, but the new banner you need. So you'll most likely be able to pull those units, jobs, weapons, or even nightmare, even if you're not trying to, okay? It's fine if you want to pull. It's just that as free-to-play players, like myself included, crystals are precious as usual in all gacha games. So we usually want to factor in things like if it's actually worth spending the crystals, or is it better to hoard a little bit more, etc. Personally, I usually weigh the current investment versus the rewards, comparing with gems you get back from investing in those precious resources. If it's not relevant, like right now actually, it's only gonna be relevant when Grand Collar kicks in, but we don't have that right now. So as for Grand Collar, let's talk about this in another time. I'm not really sure when will it be releasing, because we already have Collar so far, so let's focus on that. So it's not immediate, then it's fine and wait out for a good reason, like the Near Automata one. Or I'll just hoard to Spark, since RNG is usually not on my side in Global. In this game, there's actually pretty system, which a lot of players actually like. Okay, just for reference, if we are following JP's style, I strongly believe it will be similar style. Of course, since I don't work for Pokélabo and can't confirm anything, the main reason is why fix something that's not broken. If it works in JP, it's fine to not do the extra work, changing things for no reason. It actually works. Okay, so I want to go to the shop right now. The general advice to hoard is so that you can safely spark or get the PT medals, or I think it's actually called Medal of Honor. Wait, I think it's Medal of Desire. Okay, I don't know why it's the bracket 7. You can actually use that to exchange for things that you really want in the exchange shop. Okay, let's go to the exchange shop and see. As mentioned in my previous video, that means with 4,500 crystals or 15 pulls, you can most of the time grab that banner unit or weapon. Even if you're unlucky, there's actually a nightmare as well right at the bottom. Okay, Glutinous Aries. So with 15 pulls, 4,500 gems, you can actually select what you want from this item shop. So far, everything costs 1,500 and below. Or you can be an absolute mad lad and save up 9,000 crystals to get 2 items in the shop. You can choose to get the job only, or maybe the weapon only, or of course you can get the nightmare as well. So if you're gonna pull twice a week on every banner you see, then of course you kind of got the luck out every time. But then again, those actually add up to this, and then you can actually still choose. So it's entirely up to you on which banner you want to pull. But of course, if you put 15 times, what's better than to exchange it for your waifu? But note that these medals actually have an expiry date, you know, so you don't actually keep this forever. I think it's like 1 month or something like that. Anyway, let's look into the details of this banner, the job itself, the weapon, and also the nightmare. For that, I'm going back to this website right here. Okay, the Taiwanese Wikipedia. It's actually called SINoALICE.game/db.tw. TW means Taiwan. Okay, and right now is a /gacha. Okay, the banner right here, Little Mermaid Minstrel. Just to note that in JP right now, there are a total of 6 Little Mermaid Minstrel variants. Let me go right there. Top list, Little Mermaid, and then Minstrel. Okay, one of which is actually a half nightmare. Okay, half nightmare is a topic that you can actually talk about it itself, so I'm not gonna go into details for that, and I'm not gonna look at all the 6 minstrels, but the nightmare, just take a quick look at the half nightmare, and then just the looks and nothing more. Okay, that actually looks pretty sick. So, you know, nightmare, half nightmare. Okay, there's probably law for it, but right now we don't actually know what. So you can actually see all these details, which I'm not gonna talk about in details today. So let's hop back right at the minstrel. Okay, this one right here. Okay, this is the one we will be getting tomorrow. Really cute though. The job is honestly pretty normal as per gacha jobs. 30% right off the bat. So if you're minstrel main, this is a good banner to aim for. Note that the total boost for instruments is actually 70%, but for that you gotta limit break her until level 14 to get it. Otherwise, it's 10%, it's still 60% boost with all the common stats that apply globally for your account. And then next up, I want to take a look at the weapon, which is Harp of Sorrow right here, and Abyssal Greatsword. Okay, the Harp of Sorrow, a total power of 4,831, which is pretty good comparing to what we have so far. The skill, it increases physical defense of 1 to 2 allies by a great amount. So as for weapon skills, I have only heard to look out for only one type of colo support skill, which I mentioned in my previous video, which is Dauntless Courage for DPS, support boon for buff and debuff, aka books and instruments, aka minstrels and sorcerers, which is the main reason why people pull on this banner. And then finally, recovery support or replenish magic for healers. Since the weapon doesn't have support boon, and also its colo support skill is only at level 1, I would say this is probably not the weapon that you should be aiming for, or not to get excited about. I mean, it's decent, and considering the active skill targets 1 to 2 instead of just 1, and it's actually level 3, which increases the defense of 1 to 2 allies, it's probably better than just buffing 1 ally, since colo is a 5v5 scenario. If you feel that the weapon is good, let me know in the comments below, like why so. I love to hear the thought process of different players. In SINoALICE, we have players with a lot of varied thoughts and comment, so I respect that. I mean, it's your play style, so there's actually no clear-cut right or wrong on how you want to play it. I mean, most of us just gonna play for the waifus, right? So Abyssal Blade, let's take a look at the Abyssal Greatsword. Okay, right here, as mentioned, for Colo 8, you only gotta be looking out for Dauntless Courage 2. This is not something to get excited about. Let's say it's not an entirely bad weapon, since it does have some lifesteal capability, which I really like to use it in Colo so far. Though not supposedly needed, the lifesteal in Colo does help ease the healer's job, especially in the beginning right now, since we don't really like have a dedicated role, you know, especially for our support. Even for DPS, it's basically a mix of all the weapons. The total points for this weapon is 3,326 before evolving and 4,823 after evolving, and the final stats max limit break would be 6,143. Okay, pretty average so far, which is what we're having right now, I believe. And then finally, the nightmares. Okay, this is a stat page for the nightmare, which is called Digitally the Undertaker. Okay, stats wise is nothing too crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go to this page right here. Okay, I actually did a comparison of all the current nightmare that I'm aware that we should be taking note of. If I miss out on any of the nightmares, it's okay, let's just go ahead with this. You can actually see how much stats the paid nightmare, aka library whips, actually gives. Skill wise, I'm not too excited about Digitalis the Undertaker, which is the nightmare for this banner right here, since it's one elemental only debuff, not everything. Instead of nightmares that give general buffs or debuffs like Ares, which gives SP cost reduction, which applies to all allies, or buffs your allies like the 3 initial SR nightmares, Ugalu, Lingworm, and Freeze Golem. Okay, she definitely have her users on niche, and it's definitely gonna be great in water stages for event in the future, but I don't see it great for Colo right now, but that's just how I see it as of right now based on her skills. I'm not gonna compare the Nier Automata banner in this video, so probably next time. With that said, personally, I would pull a few on this banner. Even if you did not get a red out weapon, you can still get a guaranteed SR on step 5, I believe. Okay, so 1500 gems on this banner itself, you're gonna get a guaranteed SR. And it's gonna be a new weapon. So for players who have been hoarding so far, especially the support players, this banner is actually pretty okay to pull since there's step 5, you have a chance to get a new job, which is Mermaid Minstrel right here, which is awesome. So anyway, let's talk about the banner release schedule. I'm gonna go into the banner right here. Okay, once again, this is definitely accelerated as we are getting new banners on Mondays and Thursdays so far. Okay, we didn't get one last Monday, but we got a new event last Monday, which is the Cinderella story event. Just for reference, in JP, their banners release feels kind of random, but it's around 2 weeks or so per banner. But what we are getting right now is actually pretty tight with 2 banners a week. The confirmed one is like tomorrow, and then 16 we're gonna get another one. Last Thursday we also got another banner, which is actually 2 jobs in that banner. I have a feeling it might be alternate, but I guess we'll see how Pokélabo handles the banner and events to get a feel on the pacing for global. So far I feel that it's really fast and I kinda like it, but if players want to be pulling on every single banner, then good luck to your crystals or wallet. Finally, just a quick one, there's a new chapter coming, Little Mermaid chapter, since her banner is released, so it can kind of make sense. Also Snow White and Sleeping Beauty as well. This new chapter is in the Act of Hatred, which is the second one. You have to complete the first act, which is the Act of Impulse, chapter 5 verse 10, the one that you can actually farm for Nightmare of Bondage. I do recommend getting a copy of that. I actually gotten it while doing 410 or something like that. My guess is Little Mermaid is gonna be sitting in between Snow White and Sleeping Beauty if they are planning to relate their story. But of course, this is just a wild guess since it kind of makes sense if they deliberately select those 3 characters, but you know, probably not anyways. So that's about it for today's video. So if you are playing support, especially Minstrel in particular, you can consider pulling on this banner. Like personally, if I'm playing support, I will go for step 5 and stop, or until you get the featured unit at least. 500 medals you can actually exchange for an Arcana card, by the way, which we currently have for Alice Cleric, Cinderella Breaker, which should not be relevant for support players since this banner is for Minstrels, and then also there's Pinocchio Sorcerer, Snow White Crusher, and Little Mermaid Breaker as well. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more SINoALICE content and like this video, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.